Why hello there, my friends. Thanks for joining me again at Thuya Hill. Today I'm going to show you what my weekly sourdough routine looks like. Now I generally make pizza, pancakes, and bread in any given week. So here's what I do on Thursday evening. I pull out my very sleepy, inactive sourdough starter and have it sit on the counter for a bit to get kind of acclimated. Then on Thursday night, I will go ahead and feed it flour and water. And by Friday morning, it should be nice and bubbly and active. Good night, little starter. Sleep tight. You've got a big weekend of baking ahead of you. So Friday morning, this is what I want my sourdough starter to look like. Do you see those bubbles popping up? That means it's active and ready to make some delicious treats for the weekend. So since I have started making a recipe for pizza crust that does not include commercial yeast, I get my dough ready early in the morning. This way, my pizza dough has a chance to rise throughout the entire day. By 6 o'clock on Friday evening, it is nice and risen. It tastes just as good as the recipe with the commercial yeast. And to be honest, when the sourdough is active and bubbly, it helps the dough to rise just as well. So I am loving this recipe these days. Now, late Friday afternoon, I will go ahead and prepare my sourdough sponge in order to get ready for pancakes, which happen on, you guessed it, Saturday morning. So this is really easy. When I decide to do pancakes this way, it's really just thinking one step ahead. If I make the discard method, I don't have to make the sponge the night before, but the sponge recipe is so good and we all love it so much. So if I remember and I think ahead, I love to go ahead and do this late Friday afternoon. The whole family enjoys it the next day. And then early Friday evening, I will go ahead and feed my sourdough again. Now remember, I fed it Thursday night, and now I'm feeding it Friday night, and that's because my weekend is full of baking. This is my second feeding on the weekend, and I will go ahead and put it to the side and get started on making my pizza. And now for Saturday morning. After my sourdough sponge has sat out overnight, I will go ahead and add the eggs and the other ingredients that belong in the sponge recipe. I can't stress enough that this recipe is out of this world delicious. I highly recommend it. It really has that strong sourdough kick to it that to me just has such a wonderful flavor component. Now, after pancakes and cleanup, I get started on my sourdough bread. The beautiful thing about this recipe is it can ferment and rise many different times. So it's not like I need to bake the bread on Saturday or even on Sunday. I could wait until Monday if I really wanted to. This is just me getting it ready on Saturday. Once I have added my sourdough to the bowl, I put my starter back in the fridge for the week. That's right, it's done. I have used it Friday and Saturday, and then I am done for the week. When I put it back in the refrigerator, I put it back in somewhat underactive. If you remember, I fed it on Friday night, and so by Saturday morning it's active, but it's not overly active, which is exactly the state I want it in to rest for the next week in the refrigerator. I decided to bake my bread on Sunday morning so that we would have it ready for Sunday afternoon. And that is it, my friends. That is my sourdough routine in a week. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I look forward to seeing you in another new video very soon. Bye for now.